My girlfriend texted, "I'm in the hospital after a mental health crisis because you won't commit. This is your fault." I rushed over immediately. The hospital had no record of her. I tracked her phone to a resort with another man. When I showed up with roses and her parents, original post I-31 male, got the text at 11:43 p.m. on a Thursday. Was already in bed, scrolling through sports highlights when my phone lit up with a wall of messages from my girlfriend Natalie, 29. "I can't do this anymore. Your refusal to commit has broken me. I'm at Memorial having a breakdown. This is all your fault. I needed you to propose and you just kept stalling. Now look what you've done to me." My stomach dropped. We'd been together 3 years, living together for 1. Yeah, we'd had the marriage talk recently. She wanted a ring by our anniversary. I wanted to wait till I got promoted, maybe another year. Normal couple stuff, I thought. But a mental health crisis? Because of me? I threw on yesterday's jeans and drove like a maniac to the hospital. Ran into the ER at midnight, breathless, asking for Natalie Hendricks. The nurse checked her system, checked again, called someone. "Sir, we have no patient by that name. No admissions tonight matching that description." Maybe she used a different name. She's 29, brunette, about 5'6". They were patient but firm. No one matching. I called her phone, straight to voicemail. Texted her best friend Carly, no response. Sat in my car in the hospital parking lot, confused as hell. Then remembered, we share locations on our phones. She'd insisted on it last year for safety. Pulled up Find My Phone. She was 47 miles away, at the Grandview Resort and Spa, at midnight, while supposedly having a mental breakdown in the hospital. I sat there for maybe 10 minutes, just staring at the little dot on my screen. Then something else clicked. Her coworker Derek had mentioned taking PTO this week. Derek, who she'd been mentoring at work. Derek, who texted her good morning every day, drove home. Didn't sleep. At 6 a.m. I did something I'd never done before but felt completely justified doing. I logged into her laptop. She'd saved her passwords, never changed them after showing me once. Her credit card statement showed a resort booking. 2 adults, king bed, spa package. The booking name? Derek Morrison. Here's where I probably should have just confronted her. But something about that text, blaming me for her fake mental health crisis, flipped a switch. She wanted to guilt me about commitment while secretly spending romantic weekends with another dude. Nah, called in sick to work Friday. Stopped by a florist, bought 2 dozen red roses, the expensive ones. Then made another call. "Hey, Mrs. Hendricks? It's Jake. Listen, Natalie's had a rough night. She's feeling really down about our relationship. I was thinking maybe if you and Mr. H came by tomorrow afternoon, we could all talk? Maybe around 2 p.m.? Yeah, the apartment. I know, I want to fix this too. See you then." Saturday at 1:30 p.m., I drove to the resort. Update 1. The resort was one of those bougie places with a lobby that smells like expensive candles. Walked up to the front desk holding my roses like the world's most devoted boyfriend. "Hi. I'm surprising my girlfriend. Natalie Hendricks, she's here with a friend." The receptionist smiled. "I can't give out room information, but I can call up for you. Actually, could you check if they're at the pool?" She loves the pool. They were. I found them at the infinity pool. It's Natalie in a bikini I'd never seen before, straddling Derek on a lounger, making out like teenagers. His hands were, not mentor-student appropriate. I stood there for maybe 30 seconds, roses in hand, just watching. Part of me wanted to rage, throw the flowers, make a scene, but I didn't. I took 3 photos with my phone, turned around and left. Drove home, put the roses in a vase on our dining table. Natalie's parents showed up at 2 p.m. sharp. "Where's Natalie?" her mom asked, looking around. "Great question, Linda. She should be here soon." Made small talk. Coffee. Her dad kept checking his watch. At 2:47 p.m., heard Natalie's key in the lock. She walked in glowing, hair still damp. Derek behind her carrying her weekend bag. They froze. "Mom? Dad, what are you doing here?" Linda stood up slowly. "Jake called us. Said you were having a crisis. Said you were struggling with mental health issues because of commitment problems." Natalie's face went white. Derek tried to back toward the door. "And you are?" Natalie's dad, Robert, asked Derek. "I'm, Derek from work." "The coworker she's mentoring?" I asked helpfully. "The one who needed so much guidance you had to book a couple's spa weekend?" Natalie finally found her voice. Jake, I can explain. Like you explained being in the hospital Thursday night? I pulled out my phone, showed her parents the text. Like you explained having a mental breakdown that was supposedly my fault? Linda read the text, her face getting redder with each line. Natalie Marie Hendricks, you told him you were in the hospital? Mom, you don't understand? While you were at a resort with this man? Robert's voice was deadly quiet. Derek muttered something about needing to leave. Robert stepped in front of him. Sit down. Derek sat. I pulled up the photos from the pool, showed them to her parents. This was an hour ago, while I was buying flowers to apologize for supposedly driving her to a mental health crisis. Linda started crying. Robert looked like he might have an actual stroke. Natalie tried damage control. It's not what it looks like. Jake and I were having problems. He wouldn't commit. Derek was just what? I asked. Just comforting you? With his tongue? You were never going to propose, she screamed. 3 years, Jake. 3 years! Derek actually wants a future with me. Derek went pale. Nat, we talked about this being casual. She spun on him. What? I mean, you said you needed fun, no pressure. The look on her face. The absolute shock that her side piece wasn't planning to wife her up. I couldn't help it. I laughed. This is beautiful, I said. You nuked our relationship for a guy who thinks you're a booty call. Her dad stood up. Pack your things. You're coming home with us. Dad, I'm 29 years old. Pack your things. She looked at me, tears starting. Jake, please, we can talk about this. We could have talked Thursday. Instead, you chose manipulation and lies. Get your stuff. Update 2. While Natalie sobbed her way through packing, her mom cornered Derek in the living room. How long? Linda's voice could have frozen hell. 2 months? 2 months. Robert looked ready to throw hands. The 65-year-old accountant was about to throw down with a 27-year-old gym bro. She said they were basically broken up, Derek protested. She said he was emotionally unavailable. I laughed again. Couldn't help it. Emotionally unavailable? I literally scheduled monthly relationship check-ins because she asked me to. I went to her nephew's recorder recital last week. Natalie came out dragging 2 suitcases, mascara everywhere. Where am I supposed to go? Home, Linda said firmly. While you figure out what's wrong with you. Mom, you're taking his side. You lied about being in a hospital. You used mental health as manipulation. You cheated. What side should I take? Then Natalie did what she always did when cornered. Went nuclear. Fine. You want to know the truth? Jake is boring. He plans everything. He saves receipts. He wants to wait for the right time for everything. Derek is spontaneous. He makes me feel alive. Derek was inching toward the door. Yeah, so I should go. You're not going anywhere. Natalie grabbed his arm. Tell them how you promised we'd travel. How you said I deserved better. Derek looked trapped. I mean, those were just things people say. The penny finally dropped for Natalie. You said you loved me. In the moment, it was contextual. I got myself a beer from the fridge. This was better than Netflix. Robert finally spoke. Derek, get out. If I see you near my daughter again, we'll have problems. Derek practically ran, didn't even say goodbye. Natalie turned on me. This is what you wanted, to humiliate me? No, I wanted a girlfriend who didn't fake psychiatric emergencies to guilt-trip me while banging her coworker. She grabbed a vase, not the roses, thankfully, and threw it at the wall. It shattered. That's coming out of your deposit, I yelled. Linda physically dragged Natalie toward the door while she screamed about me ruining her life, Derek being her soulmate, and how she deserved better. Robert paused at the door. Jake, I'm sorry. We didn't raise her to be like this. I know, Robert, this isn't on you. After they left, I sat in my suddenly quiet apartment, roses still on the table, and ordered pizza. Then I did something therapeutic. I went through her stuff she'd left behind and found something interesting. Her journal. I know, privacy. But she'd just nuked my life, so whatever. The entries went back months, complaints about me not proposing, but also 5 other guys she was texting. Derek was just the only one who took the bait. She'd been shopping for my replacement while demanding commitment. The entitlement was staggering. One entry from 3 weeks ago. Jake will never change. Too safe. Too predictable. Need someone who chooses me immediately. Deserve the fairy tale. If he won't give it, someone will. Photoed every page. Evidence. Update 3 Sunday was quiet. Too quiet. Then Monday hit like a freight train. 7 a.m., woke up to 73 Instagram notifications. Natalie had posted a series of stories. When you give 3 years to someone who won't commit, #wasted time. Mental health matters, but some people only care about themselves. Starting fresh, goodbye toxic. And my personal favorite, a photo of her hand with a band-aid. Caption, healing from more than just this. The band-aid was covering nothing. I knew because I watched her put it on for the photo through our Ring doorbell footage. She came by at 5 a.m. thinking I'd be asleep. By noon, I had messages from mutual friends, half telling me I was cruel for exposing her like that. The other half sending me screenshots of Derek's Instagram, where he'd posted himself at a club Saturday night with another girl. Caption, drama-free zone. But the real circus started when Natalie's mom called me. Jake, I'm sorry to bother you, but Natalie's saying you have explicit photos of her and you're threatening to release them? What? Linda, I have never... I know, honey, I know, but she's telling everyone. Says that's why she had to leave so quickly. I was done. So done. Called my buddy who's a lawyer. Can I sue for defamation? You could, but honestly, just document everything and let her hang herself. So I did something petty. Posted my own Instagram story. Just the hospital text screenshot and a simple caption. Thursday 11:43 p.m. versus Friday GPS location. Hospitals don't have infinity pools. Natalie exploded. Called me from her mom's phone since I'd blocked her. Take it down now. No. I'll call the cops. I'll say you're harassing me. Cool. I'll show them your journal where you detailed planning to baby trap me if I didn't propose by Christmas. Silence. Oh yeah, found that gem on page 47. She'd researched when she was ovulating and everything. You read my journal? You left it behind, in my apartment. That's abandonment of property. She started crying, but not sad tears, angry tears. You've ruined everything. Derek won't answer my calls. My friends think I'm psycho. Even my parents are disappointed. Sounds like a you problem. I hate you. You were supposed to fight for me. You were supposed to chase me, to prove you loved me. There it was. The truth. You wanted me to chase you while you were with Derek? You were supposed to realize what you were losing. I did. A manipulative liar. I'm good with that loss. She hung up. Tuesday, got a call from HR at my company. Natalie had called claiming I was creating a hostile work environment, even though she doesn't work there. They were confused but had to follow protocol. I explained briefly and they closed the case immediately. Wednesday, she tried a new tactic. Had Qley text me. Qley, Nat's really struggling. She's been prescribed antidepressants. This whole thing has traumatized her. Me good. Maybe therapy will help her understand that faking hospital stays is wrong. Wow, you really are heartless. No, just done with the manipulation. Also, ask her why she told Derek she was on birth control when she wasn't. What? Check page 52 of her journal. She was trying to get pregnant by whoever proposed first. Qley didn't respond, but I saw her Instagram story later. When you realize your friend isn't who you thought, distance needed. Thursday morning, 6 a.m. Doorbell. It was Robert. Jake, sorry to bother you. Can we talk? Let him in. Made coffee. I need to know, was she always like this? I thought about lying, softening it, but he deserved truth. The red flags were there. I just ignored them. The little lies, the guilt trips, the way she'd punish me with silence if I didn't do what she wanted. I thought it was just normal relationship stuff. He nodded sadly. We enabled her, her mother and I, always making excuses. She's sensitive, she's passionate. We failed her. You loved her, that's not failure. He left after giving me an awkward dad hug. Update 4. Friday was supposed to be peaceful. I'd taken the day off to deep clean the apartment, remove all traces of Natalie, had music going, windows open, feeling pretty good. Then my doorbell rang at 2 p.m. It was Derek, with a black eye. Dude, we need to talk. Against my better judgment, I let him in. Nice shiner. Natalie? Her dad, actually, showed up at my gym. I laughed. Robert threw hands after all. Legend. Look, Jake, I'm sorry about everything, but I need to tell you something. What? Natalie's planning something. She called me drunk last night saying she's going to make you pay and that she knows how to get what she deserves. Meaning, she said something about your apartment lease and having copies of documents, and that she's been in contact with someone named Garrett? Garrett, my landlord. Derek continued. She also mentioned she still has a key? I changed the locks. She said she made a copy of the new one when you were sleeping 3 weeks ago. My blood ran cold. 3 weeks ago, she'd been extra affectionate one night. I'd given her my keys to grab breakfast the next morning while I slept in. Why are you telling me this? Derek shifted uncomfortably. Because what she's doing is crazy, and she told people I forced her, that I pursued her. That's not true, man. She came after me hard. I've got text to prove it. She's trying to destroy both of us. I checked my security app immediately. No unusual activity, but I changed my locks again that afternoon. Electronic ones this time. No keys to copy. Saturday morning, woke up to an email from my landlord. Jake, I received concerning information about unauthorized occupants and potential lease violations. We need to discuss, Garrett. Called him immediately. Garrett, what's going on? Your ex-girlfriend contacted me, says she's been living there for 2 years, has tenant rights, and you illegally evicted her. She's never been on the lease. She moved in a year ago, and she left voluntarily last week. She provided documents showing she receives mail there, has been paying partial rent. She's never paid rent. I have all my bank records. She showed me Venmo transactions. I pulled up Venmo. She'd been sending me $50 monthly with the note utilities. I'd been sending her $400 monthly, labeled shopping. Garrett, she gave me $50 for utilities while I gave her $400 for spending money. She's trying to establish tenancy with fraudulent claims. He sighed. Provide me all documentation. This is a mess. Spent the day gathering everything. Bank statements, lease agreements, text messages. Found something interesting. She'd been having mail sent to my address for things I didn't know about. Credit cards, subscriptions, even a parking ticket. She was building a paper trail. Called my lawyer friend again. Tom, it's getting worse. Reviewed everything with him. His verdict, she's attempting fraud, but she's sloppy. Keep documenting. If she tries to enter your apartment, call the cops immediately. Sunday, 11 p.m. Motion alert from my Ring camera. Natalie, with some guy I didn't recognize. He had tools. Called 911 immediately. Someone's trying to break into my apartment. Watched on my phone as they worked on the door. The electronic lock held. Cops arrived in 8 minutes. The guy ran. Natalie tried to play it cool. Officers, I live here. I just got locked out. Ma'am, the resident called us. He says you don't live here. He's my boyfriend. We had a fight. I came outside. Ex-girlfriend. She moved out a week ago. She has no legal right to be here. Showed them the texts about the hospital, the lease with only my name, her parents' contact confirming she lives with them now. They arrested her for attempted breaking and entering. Update 5, the finale. Natalie spent Sunday night in jail. Linda called me Monday morning, crying. Jake, I'm so sorry. We had no idea she'd go this far. Is she okay? We're bailing her out now. Robert's furious. We're getting her help. Real help this time. The entitlement wasn't done though. Tuesday, I get served. She's suing me for illegal eviction, emotional distress, defamation, stolen property. Apparently I kept her toothbrush. Lost wages from missing work due to trauma. The amount? $50,000. Tom looked at the lawsuit and actually laughed. This is toilet paper. Her attorney must be desperate for work. Court date was set for 3 weeks out. I wasn't worried anymore. I was just tired. Those 3 weeks were hell. Natalie went scorched earth on social media. Daily posts about surviving narcissistic abuse. Started a blog called Dating a Sociopath, My Story. Created TikToks about red flags in men where she'd describe things like, he keeps receipts, and he won't commit after years of stringing you along. The comments weren't going how she expected though. People were calling her out. Girl, you faked being in a hospital. Didn't you cheat though? Why were you breaking into his apartment? She'd delete and block, but screenshots spread. Derek even commented once, this is fiction. You pursued me while living with him. I have receipts. She deleted the whole video. Court day came. I showed up in my best suit with Tom and a folder of evidence 2 inches thick. Natalie showed up in a neck brace. A neck brace. Her lawyer opened with claims I'd physically removed her from the apartment. The judge asked for evidence. My client's emotional testimony, physical evidence, counselor. They had none. I presented texts showing she left voluntarily, her parents' sworn statements that she moved home, the hospital lie texts, Ring footage of her attempted break-in, her journal entries about baby trapping, Derek's statement that she pursued him, bank records showing she never paid rent, the police report from her arrest. The judge stopped us after an hour. Miss Hendricks, did you fake a psychiatric emergency? I was emotionally distressed. Yes or no? Yes, but did you attempt to break into Mr. Peterson's apartment after moving out? I still had property there. Did you attempt to break in? Yes or no? Yes. Case dismissed. Miss Hendricks, you're lucky Mr. Peterson isn't countersuing. I suggest you leave him alone, permanently. Natalie's lawyer whispered frantically to her. She stood up. Your Honor, what about my emotional damages? The judge looked at her over his glasses. You mean the damages from consequences of your own actions? Counselor, control your client. Outside the courthouse, Natalie had her final meltdown. Full volume, public screaming. You ruined my life. I gave you 3 years. You gave Derek 2 months while we were together. I deserved better. I deserved someone who'd fight for me. You got someone who fought against your lies. That's what you deserved. Her parents literally carried her to their car. Linda mouthed, I'm sorry, as they drove away. That was 6 weeks ago. Last I heard through the grapevine, she's living with her parents still. Derek filed a restraining order after she showed up at his apartment. She got fired from her job after missing too many days? She started dating some guy from a dating app who ghosted her after Googling her name. She's in therapy, court-mandated from the break-in arrest. Me? I'm doing okay. Apartment's peaceful. Started dating someone new. Met her at a bookstore. She thinks my keeping receipts thing is endearing. Told her the whole Natalie story on our 3rd date. She said, wow, bullet dodged. Got promoted at work. Apparently not having daily relationship drama improved my performance. Who knew? Sometimes I think about those 3 years. Wonder if I missed the signs or if she hid them well. My therapist, yeah, I got one too, says it doesn't matter. What matters is I recognized the disrespect and acted accordingly. Still have those roses though. Dried them, framed them. Hanging in my bathroom with a little plaque. Trust your gut, 2024. Daily reminder that when someone shows you who they are, believe them the first time. And when they fake a psychiatric emergency to manipulate you, run. Run fast, run far, and change your locks. The entitlement never really goes away, I think. Last week, got a Venmo request from Natalie, $3,000. Note said, for therapy you caused. I declined it and sent her $1 with the note. For the hospital visit that never happened. She blocked me. Finally, good riddance.